Welcome to Tech Ambassadors. I'm Jordan Jankus, and I'm with the ARC Westchester in Westchester County, New York. And I work here supporting people with technology, helping to encourage advocacy and quality services at this agency. I'm joined today by my colleague, Daniel Fuster, who was instrumental in putting together today's presentation on Google Duo. In these Tech Ambassador webinars, we try and share tech resources that can help people with cognitive disabilities in their daily lives. You can see on the screen a link to our archive of past webinars. And we'd love to hear from you about what you're doing with technology at your organization. There, my email is right at the bottom of the page, jjankus@arcwestchester.org. Let me know what you're doing. I'd love to learn from you. We're all in this together, and nobody's an expert on 3 million apps or what you can do with technology. Registration is going to open very soon. I'm hoping next week for our 5th annual Tech Supports for Cognition and Learning Conference. Think of it, 5 years we've been doing this. And it's a day where we look at technology, especially apps, and how they can make a difference in the lives of people with cognitive disabilities. It's at Mercy College, our partner. It's a great event, lots of breakout sessions, interactive trial of devices. So put it on your calendar, Monday, May 18th, 8 to 3:15. Hope you can make it. And Dobbs Ferry, if you're not local to Westchester County, we're about maybe, 30 miles north of the city, even less probably. Here we go. So today we'll be talking about an interesting and free communication app called Google Duo. While technology advances have made communication easier, we are sometimes confronted by the problem of different operating systems. iOS from Apple, Android from Google, and Windows from Microsoft, and the fact that they aren't always compatible with each other. Now, every afternoon, most afternoons, my daughter contacts me from her group home using her iPad and FaceTime. But if I was trying to communicate on FaceTime with someone with an Android device, would it work, Daniel?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. FaceTime only works with FaceTime users, and Skype is available, but some people find that it has a big learning curve. There's also WhatsApp, Skype, Viper, Facebook Messenger, and many other apps out there designed to communicate with 2 or more people. Each of the apps has positive traits as well as negative traits. By finding the app that we're talking about today, Google Duo, we found a simple app that will allow people to communicate amongst multiple platforms. Google Duo, how much does it cost, Daniel?
Google Duo is absolutely free.
Absolutely free, folks. Absolutely free. And it's cross-platform. It can work on a PC, Mac, Android. If any of you have a Windows product out there, it'll work on a Windows product, iPad, iPhone, and it's easy to use. It's very direct, easy to understand, bug-free, and it has very good audio quality. Google Duo is strictly limited to a visual chat. Users cannot write to one another, just visually connect with audio. It can be used on almost any mobile device and desktop device, and all that you have to do is to accept Google's user agreement. Now, some folks may be a little leery of Google, but boy, it's a huge factor in the technical universe. And if you're comfortable with the user agreement and access to some of your personal data, it's a great application. Yeah.
Now, the only personal data that's going to be needed is basically the contacts in your phone book. This is where you're able to contact them, nothing more.
So just your contacts, that's the only thing that they'll...
And if they don't have a mobile phone, they can actually use their email address.
Okay.
As long as it's a Google email address, which is interesting.
Okay. So you basically need a phone number. You need the phone number of the person you're trying to contact or a Gmail account. And how much does it cost to get a Gmail account?
That's free.
It's free. Okay, so it's pretty easy to get into, doesn't cost anymore, and as long as you're comfortable with the user agreement, fine. It's a great app to use. Think about some of the things that you can do with this. And, we're in the field of supporting people with developmental disabilities here at the ARC. We have the usual thing where some of our job coaches go out to the site, they're standing next to the person, supporting them. But maybe we can have job coaches show an individual what to do without needing to be physically on the site all the time. Employees can communicate with one another with ease at an organization, not have to be physically next to each other for the chat. You can demonstrate to the folks you're working with how to do an interview. And if necessary, staff can advocate with individual employers without needing to be on site.
Now you may be thinking, okay, you can do this with any device. Okay, great, I can do this with my iPhone. Like I said before, you can do this with any device. So if, let's just say our staff members are, they don't bring their tablet, they can use their phone, and they don't have to give out their number because they're using an email address. So it guarantees privacy for the individuals as well as other employees.
It's a simple system, easy to use, and it's easy to train somebody in its use. What makes Google Duo stand out is that there is practically no learning curve on the app. Once you get the app set up, you will see your contact list. If there is a person who has a Google Duo on their Android, iPhone, tablet, PC, Mac, or other smart device, you will see a picture of the person. If you want a person to join the app so that you can talk with them, you go to their number and tap invite. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So very simple. Most of us are already acquainted with the contact list on our phones, and in cases where someone's reading skills aren't great, you can help them by adding a picture of the people in their contact list. Up to 8 people can talk at a time. The app and all the content within it are end-to-end encrypted, which means that the system is intended to prevent data from being read or secretly modified or changed by anybody else other than the sender and the receiver or receivers. It's a secure application, and that's, I know, a big concern for a lot of organizations like ours that have to comply with HIPAA standards. How do you get it? Dan, is it hard to get Google Duo? You said it was free, but is it readily available?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you can get it on the Google Play Store. It's the first app to appear when you type Duo in the Google Play Store. Is it available on the Apple Store?
Yes, it is. You just type the word Duo, and same thing happens. It's the very first link.
So if you don't have a Android or an iOS device, can you use it on a desktop?
Yes, and you don't even need a desktop to use it. If you have one of those smart devices, such as a Google Home Visual, you can actually contact people from your home.
Say it's not so. That's incredible. And you can go to your favorite web browser on your desktop and type www.duo.google.com, and you're right there on Google Duo. So it's a great free app. I'd love to know if somebody out there tries it and has success with it. Let us know what works and doesn't work for it. We're always trying to find things that are helpful and especially free based upon the budgets of our industry. And you wanted to say something else, Dan.
And on a final, just want to let you all know that Google Duo has one of the best clarity. Their visual clarity is phenomenal in terms of there's no disconnection, there has been no lag, and there has been very little blurriness. So you're able to see and hear the individual that you're talking to almost perfectly clear, as if they're in the same room with you.
Okay. And that's coming from an individual that has some visual challenges and stuff. Dan has some vision issues, and he is the one that recommended this app and finds it helpful. Try it out. And if you have other uses for it, we mentioned job coaching. You might even think of this for case management, getting in touch with a person. Sometimes it's easier for an individual to open up if they can actually see you on the other end, or you could pattern something for them remotely. Give it a try. Now, we're going to do another one of these Tech Ambassador webinars on March 4th. We'll keep you posted on the subject, and I hope you'll join us again. Go to our website and check out our past webinars. At this point, we have to be over 50 webinars that we've done. We hope you find it to be a helpful resource. Let us know what you're doing out there too in technology. We really want to hear about what you're doing, or I wouldn't say no to one of you folks talking about what you do on a future webinar. We'll feature you, show everybody how tech can really be important in the lives of people with cognitive disabilities. We try and make this a fast-paced webinar, and that's why at this point, I'm going to say, I'm Jordan Jankis. Thank you for joining us. And Daniel?
Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
All right. Have a great day. Take care.